Ancient Egypt setting. Outdoor natural environment. No modern elements. No machines. No buildings from modern era. Ancient people wearing primitive natural clothing. Manual labor only. Physical force. Grounded interaction with desert and river terrain. Ancient laborers drag a massive limestone block across burning desert sand. Their feet digging deep as heavy scraping sounds echo under harsh sunlight and dry wind. Ancient people pull thick ropes together, leaning forward with full body force as the stone shifts slowly, leaving deep grooves carved into the dusty ground. Ancient laborers carry smaller stones on their backs, walking uneven desert terrain while dust rises around their feet and distant hammering echoes faintly. Ancient people push wooden sledges loaded with stone, forcing them forward across rough sand as the base grinds loudly against the desert surface. Ancient laborers pause briefly, their bodies covered in dust, then grip ropes again and pull harder as the stone inches forward under extreme effort. Ancient people drag the block toward a distant river, their feet slipping slightly as the ground changes from dry sand to softer terrain near water. Ancient laborers push the stone down a slight slope, controlling its movement as sand shifts quickly beneath their feet and creates unstable footing. Ancient people pull ropes tightly, slowing the descent as the stone scrapes heavily against the ground, producing deep grinding sounds. Ancient laborers guide the block toward the Nile edge, their legs braced as the surface becomes wet and muddy under constant pressure. Ancient people drag the stone through damp riverbank soil, their feet sinking deeper as water begins to ripple around their movement. Ancient laborers push together, sliding the stone closer to the water, while wood, rope, and stone collide with heavy impact sounds. Ancient people lift one side using wooden poles, adjusting its angle as the block begins aligning with a waiting wooden raft. Ancient laborers pull ropes sharply, forcing the stone forward as it crosses from mud into shallow water with splashing movement. Ancient people push with full strength, sliding the massive block onto the raft surface as wood creaks under the sudden heavy load. Ancient laborers stabilize the raft by pulling ropes from shore, their feet digging into wet sand while the structure shifts under uneven weight. Ancient Egypt setting. Outdoor natural environment. No modern elements. No machines. No buildings from modern era. Ancient people wearing primitive natural clothing. Manual labor only. Physical force. Grounded interaction with desert and river terrain. Ancient laborers pull thick ropes from the riverbank, dragging the loaded raft slowly into deeper Nile water as wet sand releases its grip beneath their feet. Ancient people push from behind in shallow water, hands pressed against rough wood while ripples spread outward and mud shifts under constant force. Ancient laborers drag long wooden poles through the riverbank, guiding the raft forward as water resistance pushes strongly against their legs. Ancient people pull in rhythm along the shore, their feet digging into damp sand while ropes tighten and stretch under heavy tension. Ancient laborers push sideways against the raft, correcting its direction as the slow current begins pulling unevenly along its wooden edges. Ancient people drag additional ropes across their shoulders, leaning forward deeply while their feet press firmly into wet ground for stronger traction. Ancient laborers push the raft further from the shore, their legs sinking slightly as the riverbed softens under increasing water depth.
Push!
Ancient people pull from the front, stepping backward carefully as the raft moves forward through shallow flowing water with heavy splashing sounds.
Push harder on the left!
Ancient laborers drag poles beneath the raft edge,
We are almost
lifting
through.
slightly to prevent scraping against hidden sandbanks under the water surface. Ancient people push together, forcing the raft into a steadier path as water flows faster around its sides and creates uneven motion. Ancient laborers pull ropes upward from higher ground, using elevation to increase force while their feet grip firmer dry sand. Ancient people drag smaller support logs into place along the raft edges, stabilizing its movement as weight shifts across the wooden base. Ancient laborers push with synchronized movement, forcing the raft forward as water pressure increases and creates stronger resistance.
Pull harder,
Ancient
men!
people pull ropes in short bursts, adjusting pace to maintain balance while the
We
raft
must
drifts
reach the other
slightly
side
under
before
uneven
sundown.
load. Ancient laborers drag the raft deeper into the Nile current, their movement slowing as resistance grows stronger with increasing water depth. Ancient people push one final time from the shallow edge, releasing contact as the raft begins floating more freely into the river flow. Ancient laborers pull guiding ropes from the bank, controlling the raft direction while water carries its heavy load forward. Ancient people drag additional materials along the shoreline, preparing for the next stage of movement as the raft continues drifting outward. Ancient laborers push poles against the riverbed, steering the raft while water swirls around their legs with increasing force. Ancient people pull steadily, ensuring the raft remains aligned while the current begins pulling it toward deeper central flow. Ancient laborers drag ropes across their shoulders, walking along the riverbank as the raft follows their controlled direction. Ancient people push against water resistance, stabilizing the raft while shifting stone weight causes slight tilting. Ancient laborers pull together, guiding the raft into a smoother current path as splashing water echoes continuously around them. Ancient people drag the final guiding rope tight, locking the raft into a steady forward movement within the Nile flow.
We are moving.
Ancient Egypt setting, outdoor natural environment, no modern elements, no machines, no buildings from modern era. Ancient people wearing primitive natural clothing, manual labor only, physical force, grounded interaction with desert and river terrain. Ancient laborers pull ropes harder as the current strengthens, their feet sliding slightly along the wet riverbank while tension increases rapidly. Ancient people push poles deep into the riverbed, forcing the raft to stay aligned as water pressure grows stronger against its sides.
Harder on the right side.
Ancient laborers drag ropes across their shoulders, leaning forward heavily as their bodies strain under increasing resistance from the flowing Nile. Ancient people push together against the raft,
Pull harder on the left
correcting
side.
sudden
Secure the
sideways
beam
movement
now.
caused by uneven current pulling from below. Ancient laborers pull in unison, their feet digging deeper into mud as the rope tightens sharply under heavy load. Ancient people drag wooden supports into position,
Pull harder on the
stabilizing
left
the raft
rope.
edges as
Keep her
shifting
clear of the
stone weight
current.
causes imbalance. Ancient laborers push poles against submerged ground, guiding the raft away from hidden sandbanks with slow movement.
Pull together.
Ancient people pull ropes in quick bursts,
Push hard on the
adjusting
left.
direction as the raft begins
Hold the
drifting
line, we
toward a
can't let it
stronger
turn.
current channel. Ancient laborers drag the raft forward while water splashes forcefully against their legs, creating unstable footing. Ancient people push against one side, preventing the raft from turning sideways under uneven water pressure. Ancient laborers pull ropes tighter, their bodies shaking under strain as the raft resists forward motion. Ancient people drag long poles through the water, steering the raft away from deeper unstable zones beneath the surface. Ancient laborers push with full body weight, forcing the raft forward inch by inch against growing resistance. Ancient people pull steadily, their feet slipping slightly as mud shifts under intense pressure. Ancient laborers drag ropes upward from higher ground, increasing force to overcome the current pulling backward. Ancient people push from shallow edges, helping stabilize movement as the raft enters deeper water flow. Ancient laborers pull in synchronized rhythm, maintaining control as water movement becomes more aggressive. Ancient people drag the raft forward through stronger current, their movements slowing under increasing resistance. Ancient laborers push poles deeper into the riverbed, preventing the raft from drifting uncontrollably.
Watch the stones.
Ancient people pull ropes tightly, stabilizing the raft as it begins to tilt slightly under shifting weight. Ancient laborers drag support logs beneath the raft edges, correcting imbalance caused by uneven stone distribution. Ancient people push hard against the raft side, forcing it back into alignment with the current path. Ancient laborers pull with maximum effort, their bodies straining as tension peaks under heavy load.
Pull together.
Ancient people drag ropes across wet ground, maintaining control while water pressure continues to rise.
Push together now.
Ancient
Hold
laborers
it
push
steady.
together,
Push.
stabilizing the raft momentarily as movement becomes slower but more controlled.
Pull now together.
Ancient Egypt setting, outdoor natural environment,
Heave.
no modern elements, no machines, no buildings from modern era. Ancient people wearing primitive natural clothing.
Hold together
Manual
now.
labor
Hold the
only.
line.
Physical force.
We must push
Grounded
harder on this side.
interaction with
The current is
desert
too
and river
strong. Hold
terrain.
fast.
Don't let
Ancient
it turn.
laborers
Keep
pull
pushing.
suddenly as the raft
All
jerks
together now.
sideways.
It's slipping.
Water splashing violently while ropes tighten under unexpected
To the right.
force. Ancient people push against the raft edge, struggling to prevent it from turning under strong uneven current. Ancient laborers drag ropes sharply, correcting direction as their feet slip dangerously in deep mud. Ancient people
Pull quickly.
push poles
Get
into
that
the
log secured
riverbed,
now.
trying to stabilize the raft as
Don't
it
let it
tilts
slip.
slightly. Ancient laborers pull harder, their bodies leaning low while tension increases rapidly across the
All
ropes.
together now.
Ancient
Push.
people drag
Pull.
support
Heave.
logs quickly,
moving. Hold it
placing
steady.
them under
It's slipping.
unstable edges
Pull
as
harder,
the
everyone.
raft
Pull.
shifts unevenly. Ancient
Pull now.
laborers push together, attempting to straighten the
Once more.
raft as water
Together.
pushes from multiple directions. Ancient people
Push.
pull ropes
Harder.
with urgency,
It's giving way.
their movements faster as control begins to weaken.
Hold fast,
Ancient
brothers.
laborers drag
Heave.
poles through deeper
Pull
water,
together now.
struggling to find stable ground beneath shifting currents. Ancient people push against the
Tighter.
raft side,
Hold it steady,
preventing
man.
further
Pull.
tilt while water splashes forcefully. Ancient laborers pull in
Heave.
sudden bursts,
Push on the left side,
trying
quickly.
to regain
Hold it there.
alignment as the raft drifts dangerously. Ancient people drag ropes tighter, increasing tension to counteract sideways movement. Ancient laborers push with full force,
Push. Harder now.
stabilizing
Push.
the raft briefly before another shift occurs. Ancient people pull steadily, their feet sliding
Push
as
harder,
the
man.
ground
Don't let it
becomes more
slide.
unstable.
Hold the line.
Ancient laborers drag support logs again, reinforcing
Together.
balance
Now
under
pull.
increasing pressure.
Hold it.
Ancient people push against shifting weight, preventing stones from sliding across the raft. Ancient laborers pull ropes upward, increasing control while water continues pushing unpredictably. Ancient people drag poles deeper, searching for stable contact beneath turbulent water. Ancient laborers push together, holding the raft steady for a brief moment. Ancient people pull sharply, correcting another sudden drift caused by uneven current.
Lift.
Ancient laborers
Push
drag
harder on the
ropes
left.
tightly, maintaining control under
It's
extreme
slipping. Hold
strain.
fast.
Ancient people push continuously, preventing further tilt while the raft resists stabilization. Ancient laborers pull with maximum effort, holding position as tension reaches critical levels. Ancient people drag the raft slightly forward, regaining partial
Push harder,
control
men.
over movement. Ancient laborers push together again, stabilizing the raft under intense pressure. Ancient people
Hold it
pull
steady.
carefully,
Easy now, pull
slowing
together.
movement to avoid complete loss
Steady.
of control.
Heave.
Ancient laborers
Pull together
drag
now.
ropes steadily,
Steady, keep it
restoring
moving.
alignment
Inch
inch
by
by inch.
Pull.
Ancient
All together
Egypt
now,
setting,
heave.
outdoor natural environment, no modern elements, no machines,
Heave
no
together.
buildings from modern era. Ancient
Hold it,
people
don't let it
wearing
slip.
primitive natural clothing, manual labor
Push.
only,
Let it go.
physical force, grounded interaction with desert and river terrain. Ancient laborers pull suddenly as the raft tilts sharply, water splashing violently across its surface. Ancient people push desperately, trying to prevent the heavy stone from sliding toward the edge. Ancient laborers drag ropes with maximum
those logs
force,
faster. It's
their
giving way.
bodies
Push it in
shaking
there.
under extreme tension. Ancient people push against shifting stone, stopping it from moving further. Ancient laborers pull harder, their feet digging deep into wet ground as resistance peaks. Ancient people drag support logs quickly, reinforcing balance under critical pressure. Ancient laborers push together, stabilizing the raft momentarily. Ancient people pull sharply, correcting the tilt before it worsens. Ancient
together now.
laborers drag ropes upward,
left, hold it steady.
increasing control while water surges. Ancient people push against the raft side, preventing
Steady now.
collapse.
Push with your backs. Hold it
Ancient
right there.
laborers pull in unison, regaining partial
Steady now.
stability.
Pull together.
Ancient people drag poles deep into the riverbed, anchoring movement. Ancient laborers push with full force, holding the raft steady. Ancient people pull steadily, slowing the dangerous shift. Ancient laborers drag ropes tighter,
all together.
maintaining control. Ancient people push again, correcting final imbalance.
Hold that steady.
Ancient
Push off the
laborers
big
pull
rock.
together,
Now pull.
restoring full
Faster.
alignment. Ancient people drag the raft forward, moving past the danger zone. Ancient laborers push with final effort, stabilizing completely. Ancient people pull steadily, regaining full control of movement. Ancient
pace
laborers
moving. Pull
drag
harder, all
ropes
of you.
forward, continuing the journey. Ancient people push calmly now, as
Yes,
tension
rest now.
begins to fade.
And pull.
Ancient laborers pull with
pull
controlled
together
force,
now.
maintaining direction. Ancient people drag the raft onward, leaving the dangerous current behind. Ancient laborers push once more,
It is stable.
confirming
Move to the
stability
ropes.
before
Pull
continuing
together.
forward.
Pull together
Ancient
now.
Egypt
Heave.
setting, outdoor natural environment, no modern elements, no machines, no buildings from modern era. Ancient people wearing primitive natural clothing, manual labor only, physical force, grounded interaction with desert and river terrain. Ancient laborers pull slowly now, their movements heavier as exhaustion sets into their bodies. Ancient people push gently, guiding the raft
And
through
pull.
calmer
Heave.
water.
And pull. Stay
Ancient
together now.
laborers drag ropes with reduced force, maintaining steady direction. Ancient people push poles lightly into the riverbed,
Push together now.
stabilizing
It
movement.
slips. Hold it. Steady. Steady.
Ancient laborers pull in rhythm, their breathing slower but controlled. Ancient people drag the raft steadily, avoiding sudden movement. Ancient laborers push together, ensuring
now.
balance remains
Pull
stable.
together. Steady now. Pull
Ancient
together.
people
We
pull
build the
ropes
house of the
evenly,
gods. Steady.
guiding the raft forward. Ancient laborers drag support logs away, no longer needed. Ancient people
Finally, we
push
can rest our
calmly,
backs. The overseers
maintaining
aren't watching
smooth
anymore.
motion.
just
Ancient
get this coiled
laborers
up.
pull gently, adjusting direction slightly. Ancient people drag ropes loosely, no
Steady
longer
now.
under
Pull
extreme
together.
tension. Ancient laborers push lightly, conserving remaining energy. Ancient
together now.
people pull steadily,
Push it to
approaching
shore.
destination slowly. Ancient laborers drag the raft closer to shore. Ancient people push
now,
carefully,
heave.
preparing
Together.
for landing. Ancient
Steady.
laborers pull ropes tighter again, controlling final approach. Ancient people drag the raft into shallow water. Ancient Egypt setting, outdoor natural environment, no modern elements, no machines,
All
no
together.
buildings
Pull.
from modern era. Ancient people wearing primitive natural clothing, manual labor only, physical force, grounded interaction with desert and river terrain. Ancient laborers pull ropes, dragging the raft into the muddy riverbed. Ancient people push against the raft, stabilizing it on wet ground. Ancient laborers drag the
Hold
stone
harder.
block
Keep moving.
slowly off the raft. Ancient people push
Steady,
together, moving it
All
onto
right, man,
solid
heave.
ground.
Push it into place now.
Ancient laborers pull
Put your
ropes
backs into
again,
it. Now.
dragging the stone forward. Ancient people push steadily, guiding
more
its
heave.
final
All together
position.
now. Push.
Ancient
It's clearing the
laborers
edge.
drag the
Gently now,
block
settle
into
it down.
place among other stones. Ancient people push one final time, aligning it carefully. Ancient laborers release ropes, stepping back slowly. Ancient people stand still, breathing heavily under the sun. Ancient laborers remain silent, dust settling around their feet. Ancient people look toward the distant structure as the work ends.